I went pretty friggin' hard on the first 5 episodes of The Witcher Season 3, but I've seen the last 3 episodes, and I have to give the devil a bit of their due. I'm Troy from Marks on TV, and today I'm reviewing the end of Season 3 of The Witcher and the fact that the show may be done for good with Henry Cavill leaving. Now, on with the story. The link to the article I'm covering at the end can be found in the video description. I'm going to do a bit of a rundown of what happened, so please bear with me. If you don't want to hear a spoiler-filled review of the show, now is your warning. You may not want to watch this.
Spoiler alert!
But let's start off by saying that Episode 6 was nuts. So Dykstra and Philippa take the mages and Geralt hostage in the name of Redania as they're going to take over and supposedly defeat Nilfgaard. For some reason, they acquiesce to Tissaya's demands not to lock her up, and she inevitably frees all the mages. This was really dumb. Either way, Vilgefortz instantly reveals himself to be a traitor, says he's been using Tissaya, and is going to destroy the Brotherhood and Aretuza in the name of Nilfgaard. He opens up a portal to let Cahir and Francesca's forces in, and war breaks out between the elves and the mages. It's about 50-50 until Filavandrel gets explodiated and liquefied all over the face of his own wife, and Francesca goes all scorched earth. This then causes Tissaya to go all scorched earth and literally brings the lightning to kill everyone. Not that we needed a final redemption for this despicable fool or anything, but Stregobor actually sacrifices himself by using fire magic on the elves. After all, he is a super racist against the elves, and he is also super sexist. So, that's a deadly combo against this army. Meanwhile, Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri all escape and kill Reince McFirehand's Bernie face. They get separated when Yennefer decides to join the battle in Aretuza and help Tissaya. Meanwhile, Geralt runs into Vilgefortz, tells Ciri to run, and he gets beat down to the point of where he's pretty close to death. Ciri ends up running into the Tower of Torlara, which has a giant unstable monolith inside. Ciri taps into that power just as Vilgefortz is chasing after her, and she blows everything up. Both Ciri and Vilgefortz are gone. We'll get to that later. Either way, Triss finds Geralt and takes him off to Brokilon to be healed. Jaskier discovers that Radovid was actually using him so that he could actually kidnap Ciri for Redania, and Jaskier tells him to piss off. Oh, this is also about the time that he discovers that Ciri's gone. Jaskier goes off to find Geralt, and at Aretuza, Yennefer tells Jaskier what happened. Jaskier goes off to Brokilon to join up with his friend. Meanwhile, Ciri accidentally transported herself to a desert. She keeps walking around and can't get out. She has hallucinations of her mother and her grandmother being super mean to her, and then discovers these to be brought on by Falka, the half-elven princess burnt at the stake. We learned about her earlier in the season. Either way, Ciri also finds a unicorn that leads her around and helps her out. When a monster fatally wounds the unicorn, Falka talks Ciri into using her fire magic to heal the unicorn, but Ciri gets scared afterwards and decides to never use it again. She passes out and is taken into captivity by some bounty hunters after that. After an exciting Episode 6, Episode 7 was mostly Ciri wandering around in a desert, so that was meh. Later, we see that Ciri is saved by a bandit group known as the Rats. They're supposed to get their own spin-off, but that ain't happening. Anyway, they let her join them after she murders her captor. When they ask her what her name is, she tells them to call her Falka. I didn't read the books, so I don't know where any of this is going, or if it's even in the books. Going up to Redania for a bit, Radovid comes back and tells his brother, King Vizimir, that he doesn't want his royal duties anymore and is leaving the kingdom to go find happiness. Vizimir isn't happy about this, but he's basically like, whatever, do what you want. Since Vizimir blames Dykstra and Philippa for their failures against the mages, he wants Philippa punished. Philippa's female love interest then assassinates Vizimir, and Dykstra decides not to harm Philippa. All of this is done before Radovid could leave, so he's now the de facto king of Redania and stuck there. Meanwhile, back with Geralt and Jaskier, Jaskier tells Geralt that he heard that Ciri's being taken to Nilfgaard, so Geralt gets all healed up and trains. He figures out that his objectivity has gotten him into a lot of messes lately, and he can't afford to be objective anymore, since his adopted daughter is now in danger from Nilfgaard. Flipping to Nilfgaard, Emhyr and a disfigured Vilgefortz. What the hell is that, man? introduce Ciri to the kingdom, and it's the imposter from earlier. Now, I guess in the books, Amir knows this isn't Ciri, but here, it's not said whether or not he's just playing along and knows that it's not Ciri, or if he seriously doesn't know. But what's the gain here for Vilgefortz? Obviously he knows it's not Ciri. I don't know. Anyway, Fringilla accidentally drops a truth bomb on Francesca about Nilfgaard's part in the murder of her baby, so now Francesca wants Amir's head. You know, like you do. Finally, Yennefer and her surviving mages, all young women by the way, realize that Aretuza is decimated and the Brotherhood is all dead. They also find Vilgefortz's Tower of Misery, where he was experimenting on half-elf mage girls to make them believe that they were really Ciri. The mages all separate the girls' bodies so that they can bury them properly. Thesea is devastated by everything that's happened and ends herself after writing a sweet letter to Yennefer saying that she loves her like she's her daughter. Yennefer and the other mages decide to rebuild and do away with all thoughts of the Brotherhood, swearing to train up the next generation of mages themselves so that magic doesn't die. And that's how we leave it. This was all pretty damn interesting. We didn't get that seamless exit for Henry Cavill that we were promised. He's just kind of walking to Nilfgaard with Jaskier. But whatever. This season was pretty confusing for the most part and very frustrating at times. It's definitely going to divide the fans, but all in all, it's most likely going to be the death nail for a once promising show that honestly should have been the Game of Thrones that Netflix really wanted. Looking quickly at an article from winteriscoming.net, they say, is The Witcher Season 4 filming? Production has not started yet on The Witcher Season 4, but it was going to be starting soon. According to Production Weekly, The Witcher Season 4 was scheduled to start filming in September 2023. As of July 2023, The Witcher Season 4 production has been delayed. It's hard to say if the delay is because of the WGA and SAG strikes, but we're assuming that's part of the equation. The WGA has been on strike since May of 2023, while SAG chose to strike after the AMPTP didn't offer the union the new deal that they were looking for in July. It's unclear how long those strikes will last. According to reports from Redanian Intelligence, The Witcher Season 4 production start date is being pushed back to 2024. Netflix has not confirmed that information, but the site does have a reputation for breaking a lot of Witcher-related news. If the AMPTP offers the Writers' Union and Actors' Union a deal, we could see the show start production later this year, but that seems unlikely. So there you have it. The ratings have not been stellar for this season, and I suspect that Netflix might just toss the whole series out. I'm still liking it and having fun with it. I don't hate it as much as the fans of the books and the fans of the games hate it. Obviously, I had my issues with the beginning of this season, and rewatching Season 2, I could definitely see some very valid complaints about it. However, I definitely like this show, and I will be sad to see it go. Not so sure if I give a damn enough to see Liam Hemsworth as Geralt of Rivia, though. Hashtag not my Geralt. Comment down below with what you thought of this season and the series as a whole. Do you think that they stuck the landing with the final 3 episodes, or was this all trash? Will you keep watching if there's a Season 4 and 5, as promised, with Liam Hemsworth taking over as The Witcher? Let me know. Also, share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Arcs on TV, and we'll see you next time.